In this video, we will be replacing the crankshaft position sensors, testing the electrical system for functionality, and attempting to start the engine again. One of the common problems on the Porsche 944 is bad position sensors. These can cause a rough idle, a rough start, or a no start condition. In a previous video, we already knew that we're not getting fuel into the cylinders, even after replacing a bunch of the fuel system components. Replacing the position sensors is a much easier job than pulling the fuel rail and rebuilding the injectors, so we're going to start with that being our possible problem for our no start condition.
So mine are already broken, so I know that these are going to come off easy. These are the plugs that go to the car's computer. And so is that one, also broken. And if we follow these wires, they go down into here. There is 2 bolts that connect to the bracket that holds the sensors, and that is where we're going to unbolt the original one. This is where we're probably going to need our extensions to reach down in there. Just a 10 mil. There's one bolt. Second bolt. Gonna wiggle it back and forth until we can pull it out. Sometimes they can get kind of stuck in there, so just gently wiggle back and forth. Maybe try to push it forwards and backwards a little bit until you can pull it out smoothly. These are our new sensors. These are the original ones. You can see they are kind of broken. They're very dirty, very grimy. Made in Germany. They're also got cracked ends on here, so that's no good. Yeah, also kind of pulling apart in the casing. They might still work. We're gonna test them and see, but we have replacements, so let's go ahead and put the new ones in. This is what the new ones will look like. A good plug, nice flexible cable. Let's put them in.
Installation will just be the reverse process of removal. If your car previously ran rough, I recommend marking the sensors with their corresponding plug. In my case, I could not confirm the car's running condition or proper installation previous to my ownership, so we will be testing these connections at the car's computer. To access the car's computer, we are going to pull back the carpet located in the passenger side, and then with a Phillips head, we will unscrew the kicker board behind the carpet. After that is removed, we can move on to the bracket that holds the car's computer. The removal of this bracket is not necessary, but I thought it would be helpful to show the connections at the car's computer. This can be done by removing the Phillips head screws located at the ends of the metal bracket. After those are removed, we can work the bracket out of place, being careful not to strain or put pressure on the car's wiring harness and surrounding wires. The wiring harness connection to the car's computer can be released by putting pressure on the metal clip that is on the right side of the connection. Once it is released, we will pivot the connector up and to the left as it pivots out of place. Because the reference sensors are identical, we will install only one of the sensors and then test them at the pins. The pins are numbered 1 through 18 on the bottom and then 19 through 35 on the top, going from right to left. The reference sensors can be distinguished by the letter indicator located on the reference sensor bracket.
Okay, so the one farther towards the cabin is D, and the one closer to the engine is B. Right now we are hooked on to B.
To test sensor B, we'll be testing pins 25 and 26 to return a resistance reading of 600 to 1600 ohms. In this case, we have no reading, which would indicate that we've plugged in sensor B to the wrong wire connection. To confirm this theory, we test pins 8 and 27, which returns a resistance reading that is within our specifications.
Which means that our sensor is hooked up on the wrong plug, so we have to go swap them. Now I'll be getting resistance at pins 25 and 26. There we go. Now we're getting a reading at 25 and 26, indicating that sensor B is now in the correct position.
We can now reinstall all of our connections and put the plates back in place to try to start the car.
Oh, a little smoky, but we're running.
I didn't want to keep the engine running too much as it's creating a lot of smoke off the exhaust manifold, so we're closing everything down until we can do some more maintenance on the car. We're one more step closer to being on the road. The best way to support this project right now is by subscribing and liking this video so that we can grow our YouTube audience.